part 3 of the speed run of the books I wanted to cover the last couple months, but now I won't get to with this app going away. Benjamin Labout's When We Cease to Understand the World. This is one of the best pieces of science writing I've ever seen. I also love they used Ramon y Cajal's illustrations on the front for the brain. But it is about the beginnings of quantum, and it is kind of fictionalized and kind of a novel, but really it shows an incredibly in-depth knowledge of the personalities of the people behind quantum theory, as well as what it actually means. And so there's a reason this was a finalist for the National Book Award. And I started his next book too, and it's really good. Why Read the Classics by Calvino. If you haven't read Italo Calvino, it's amazing. Like, these weird little short stories that he writes are just fascinating. But I also love books by geniuses about why the classics are important. Annie Dillard wrote something like this, Harold Bloom, and so this is Calvino on why the classics are important, and you just get his take on all of these classics. And it's one of the reasons I am finally going to get to Milton, my one unfinished piece of business I have with the world. St. Peter's Snow by Leo Perutz. I got this because it's actually a research book for me, because it is an early book about some kind of psychedelic experience. It's a novel, but what they take is something like one of the famous head twisters, and it's just a fun, weird piece of writing about what's actually happening and what's actually true, and how God comes out in this stuff and what it's like for an entire population to get dosed. Really amazing piece of work, especially for those who are interested in the history of psychoactives. It's an important one. Speaking of, Physics on All Four by my buddy Nick Herbert. He was the final interview of my Lex Files podcast, season 2, and this is his poetry. These are hard to find, but some of his work's online, and you can still find his stuff. He's still out there producing poetry at the age of 90-ish. Amazing. Physics on All Four, very sexy stuff. Quantum Psychology, Robert Anton Wilson. This is that Irish genius's guide to how to trick yourself into manipulating the universe. So if you believe the kind of stuff you're reading in his Illuminatus trilogy, this is more of his serious manual about how to enhance your going abouts in the world. I think I'll have time to finish these. The Paul Young Conjecture and Its Impact Today, edited by Harold Atmanspacher. I actually interviewed him for the Lex Files podcast as well. But if you are a rationalist materialist, you will not like this book, but it's about the great quantum physicist Pauli talking to Young and them going, more loopy on what quantum really meant. They were exploring the theories of what this would mean if the quantum level effects keep going on into the higher world, which is what many of us believe. And Right in Time, Red Memory by Brannigan is an amazing book on the Cultural Revolution. Very sad.